As we start every podcast, Dan, it's time to salute Terry.
Oh.
Okay, see if he's going to bless it. Yes.
Great.
That's amazing.
Terry the pterodactyl.
If you have no idea what's going on, neither do we, because that's only the second time we've ever saluted Terry.
He
But
likes
we're just pretending that we do it all the time.
Yeah, it's like oh wow, I need to go back and look at the whole backlog of the catalogue of see all the times I've saluted Terry, and you'll find one other episode.
Yeah, but hey, in about 6 months' time, you're going to be like, oh, there they go. Saluting
Yeah,
Terry.
there you go.
Yep.
3 episodes.
Terry the Triceratops says hi. Let's introduce who we are. Funny man Dan over there.
Hello.
Born in Tasmania in 1986. He grew up in a
86.
neighbourhood. I'm just making up the date. When were you
86
born?
my
What
date of
year?
birth.
83.
1983. I'm the only one here who was born in the 70s. My name's Dave.
Wow.
And Jess over here,
Oh.
1978.
Youngest.
And the number 1986.
6.
Wow.
So, we are the team, some of the team from Hillsong Kids in Australia, and today is the second episode of the Vault podcast,
Woo!
which is very, very exciting.
Now, what's it called? The Vault again?
It's because the Vault is where you keep all the important stuff.
Yes, all the things
Like
that you
us?
cherish. Yes,
All the things we treasure.
all of the old ancient things.
The
Wow.
old, yeah, well,
And
that's
that's
it.
The
Side.
man born
The
in
more-
In the 70s.
They
Not like
are,
us young'uns over here.
well, okay, you
I'm
both-
trying to associate myself with the cool young
70s. Wow.
girl in the room.
Don't think that
The-
really
No, it
I don't
didn't
think
work.
I'm cool and young.
I'm not on fleek.
Shivers.
Darn it.
Oh man, this has not started well. Let's talk about the Vault. It's where the wisdom is.
Yes?
And it's not here, but it's in the vault, and we know some of the wisdom, and we are going to, in the future, get guests on that know more of the wisdom.
Yes, we are.
But it's only the second episode, so we've still got a little bit to offer
yeah.
before we start getting
So
other
much
people.
to offer.
Now, we're part of a big team called Hillsong Kids,
Oh,
but we're
really?
also letting you
Oh.
know that we're part of your team.
Yes.
We're officially signing up to be volunteers in your team.
We're the
And
cheese
you're
squad.
not just your. We want to be in your key team.
Yeah, we want to be
We
part
want
of
you
your
to
team.
make this
Yeah.
Vault podcast a part of you every week.
We're
Put
here to
it-
help you just laugh stuff off.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep, laugh
laugh
it
it
Answer your
off.
off.
Just laugh
questions.
it off.
We're going to tell you all the mistakes we've done. We want you to tell you the mistakes. We want you to tell us the mistakes you've
Oh, the
made
mistakes.
by emailing thevault@hillsong.com.
It's now official.
Yes.
The service request has been closed.
It is.
And
I
it's
have
now
access to the Vault on my phone. Dan's got access on his phone, so we're going to start answering your questions as you send them through. But of course, this being our second episode, and the first episode hasn't even gone up on YouTube yet.
That no one's emailed us.
No one's emailed us. So I've dug up some questions, continuing the questions that we've done last time, and I've got some juicy ones. You guys ready to give some wisdom?
That's what us young people say when we
Oh,
hear
wow.
juicy questions.
Wow.
Impending juicy questions.
Amazing. I don't know how to respond to that, but maybe let's start with, before we get to the questions though, let's talk about what's going on right now in our worlds. It's the season of spring here in Australia, and the season of spring is wonderful.
It's beautiful.
It is a very nice. Like today is, I'm going to say, it was like 27 degrees or something.
Yep.
Yes.
I jogged next to the beach this morning.
Beach, holy moly!
That was good.
Dan and I,
Not in the
we
Hills
didn't
District
jog at
anymore.
all.
So that was 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
80
for
degrees
those.
Fahrenheit. Oh,
good
fact check.
Yes, fact check. You
Fact
like
check.
that?
Wow.
I'm on the facts.
Wow. It only took like less than 5 minutes.
Yes.
Amazing.
That was very quick. So it was a lovely day. It's a lovely day today. I'd love to be out there right now, but we are committed. We're here recording this for
Yeah.
you. So spring has started here, and it's a lovely time of the year. Our church is doing fun things, movies,
Oh my
doing-
goodness, so fun.
preaching from the movies. Hillsong Kids, we've been preaching from the movies as well. We took Nemo. No, the second one, which is called Dory, or did we do Nemo?
I
Do you
think we
remember?
did Dory.
It was one of the two, which is all about getting lost, and so we just
So was the first one.
Yeah, it probably was. I
Yeah.
think Nemo was the first one. And we preach from the movies. We pull out some biblical thoughts from the movies, and the kids love it because they
Very
get to eat
fun.
popcorn.
Do you want to tell them about Movie Mike?
Movie Mike.
Because I
What is
think
Movie
some people
Mike?
think Hillsong Kids, everything's amazing, everything's incredible. But there's Movie Mike.
What is Movie
sometimes-
Mike? I didn't even know.
sometimes we don't have enough time to make all of our own content.
Yes.
Even though we do make an amazing Hillsong Kids big curriculum, cha-ching, we don't always have the time to make our own content. So we availed ourselves of an online service, and we downloaded some some videos for the kids. It was a game based around a dog, whether he's going to choose what food he's going to choose to eat.
Yeah, so it's in front of him, and he's got some chicken or some beef, and kids are like chicken, beef,
Yeah,
and then he'll eat one of them. So we purchased this.
Yep.
We
We
used it properly, but it had nothing to do with the movie,
movies.
so we just called it
Movie
Mike.
Because
Right.
he loves movies.
He just loves movies.
What,
Yeah.
the dog loves
The
movies?
dog
The
loves
dog
movies.
loves
He's just
movies.
so good.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
So that's how we.
You can
that's how
see
we
it in
sold
his
it.
face.
When he's
Movie
choosing
Mike.
that, he's all about the movies.
Wow.
So again, you got to make it happen sometimes.
You
You
just
do.
gotta get it
You
done.
do.
Movie Mike
Just
made
make
it
it
happen
fun.
for us. Now, so that's what's going on. Also, we need to keep talking about what we were releasing at the moment. Funny Man Dan's latest album is called Songs of Some Silliness.
Yes.
And
So good.
here's a clip.
Well, the night was dark and stormy. It was overcast. Okay, it was clear. When all of a sudden, an earthquake. Lightning? Faint sound on my ear. When angels appeared before.
And we're out of the clip.
Wow, that was a great clip. I liked when I sung the part about the thing.
Yes. Remember when you sang that line that rhymed?
Yeah.
That was good too.
I'm not sure if they can tell we haven't chosen
I
which
just
one
loved my
which
delayed
clip.
reaction to the clip. I was like,
The clip, exactly. We didn't explain to you, Jess, what we were going to do. But there in the place of that is going to be a clip. We're going to show a video.
So good.
Because you guys, if you're at home watching this, no matter where you are, you need to go onto Funny Man Dan's YouTube channel, onto Hillsong Kids' YouTube channel, subscribe to them both.
Yeah, you do.
We have 3 main channels. Hillsong Kids, which is for kids. Content for kids,
So
albums,
good.
music, praise and worship, fun. We've got Funny Man Dan, which is again for kids as well. And that's all about laughter, fun, YouTube videos, very much made for YouTube, because we believe the kids are on YouTube, so we want to be on there where they are.
We would have been homes.
100%. So we're on the YouTube Kids app as a little bit as well, which is very important
So
because
good.
we would much rather be on that where it's a safe. The only videos on that app are the ones that are hopefully okay for kids. So we are on there, and the other channel is the channel you're watching this on right now, Hillsong Kids
Yeah.
Leadership Plus.
The newest baby and a
The
line
newest
of
baby.
babies.
So good.
So please share this video as you're watching this, if you're enjoying it, if it's helpful, if you like it. If you want more people in your team, you need to watch it, because we want to build a fun little community that connects here with us, and we connect with you. We want to do giveaways, we want to do prizes, we want to do all that stuff, right?
Yeah, we
haven't-
do.
We haven't really thought about
I
it
just
yet.
got really excited. Like Oprah.
Giveaways
100%.
to other people. We don't get to keep them.
Oh. Yeah, but
But-
still, it's exciting.
But here's the thing. Maybe we should do we need to commit to a competition really soon.
Yeah.
We should give away some Funny Man Dan live DVDs.
Oh, very, very good. Yes, we definitely should.
Because we can do that, can't we,
Yeah.
Dan?
We
But
do.
let's do that. Let's in the future. We're going to have to figure out the logistics. Maybe you could fact check and email just pretend to email someone important.
Ooh. They said we can give away things.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay!
Thanks, important people.
Now,
That's amazing.
I have a question.
Yes.
When are we going to get to the questions?
It's time to get to the questions.
Yay!
All right. So as I said, we don't really have questions. So I've had to find them. I've had to literally. No, we do have questions. Sorry, but what I'm saying, nobody's emailed thevault at hillsong.com because they don't know it exists. Question number 1. Are you ready for this, Dan?
Are you going to tell them where you got the questions from?
Well, I've got some of them from our team, the same
Oh,
as we
great.
got last time.
Yeah,
Remember, we
let's
had
do
some
it.
leftover
Yeah,
from a last
I like
training
that.
session we did with our team.
Yeah.
So I've got some of those, and I found some online. I don't want to say where because I feel like guilty that I've stolen them. Is that okay if I stole them?
Well, people want the
Isn't it-
questions answered.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So, and this is a great way to answer
It's
it.
just some Facebook groups I've been. There's some not Hillsong Kids. There's some Kidman Faceman groups. You can check them out.
Kidman Faceman.
If you're on,
Kidman
Faceman.
Facebook
The
groups.
new
if
ministry.
you're on any of those groups, you should post a link to this.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
That's what people.
Hey, listen to these guys. Dave stole your question.
Because
Yeah,
if we posted ourselves, it's a bit like self-serving.
Yeah.
you can be like,
totally.
these guys are part of my key team.
Amazing.
Look how great they are.
Yeah.
We love it, and we love the accents. That's what you need to say. The accents are awesome.
Yes.
Maybe just fact check that.
So good.
No one likes the accents.
Come on, Steve Irwin, Crocodile Dundee.
All right, hit us with the question, seriously.
Question number 1. One of our core team members is due in October, having a baby, I guess.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
I'd like to give her a gift from the Kidman team, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate, as in budget acceptable. I get to use my budget as I wish, but I don't want to be foolish about it either. Insight. So this is a person who's got budget, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And they've got someone having a baby, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, what do you do? Is it What's the word I'm looking for? What's the vibe? What do you do? How do you spend your budget wisely? You don't want to feel like you're wasting it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what
Yeah.
she's asking. She wants to make sure she's investing it
Yeah.
wisely, but also this is a great opportunity. So what do we do? What do we do with that, Jess?
Well, I have the same kind of guilt every now and then with that kind of thing. But what I try to do to counteract it is I go and I get when I see a really nice gift on sale, I buy a bunch of it. If I'm like, oh, that person will like that, I could make that work. Even like gift bags with this nice candle you found on a great sale, but you can also put other things in there that are fresh and, on trend at the time. So that's a way that I keep the budget
That's
take
a good
good care
idea.
of it. But also you've got to think to yourself, if I bought a gift for every single team member when they had every single thing in life happen or
event.
milestone, you'd go broke, personally. So you can use your budget for that stuff and not feel guilty for it if you have it.
Exactly. Let's go through some of the things we do give gifts out for at our church, which may help you in your church. One of the big gifts we love to give out is a new baby gift.
That one's
very
good.
important.
Yes, that's a beautiful bunny rabbit that's been chosen by Pastor Bobby, or we presented
our
some
senior
options.
pastors.
And so our senior pastors love to give a gift. So it's a beautiful bunny that Pastor Bobby loves to give, and it's got a nice card from Brian and Bobby. And so our team, we work alongside our women's ministry named Sisterhood. So we work with Sisterhood leaders to make sure that every new mum gets a gift from Pastor
And that
Brian
is
and
a
Bobby.
standard gift.
Now that's a good
Standard.
point.
And it's wholesale. We bought them in bulk,
Yes,
wholesale.
100%.
So the good thing about that is that gift is actually from our senior pastors. So we
Yes.
present it from them. So you might even have a chat to your senior pastor and see if they want to
Yeah,
give
that's a
gifts
good
to
one.
people like that from them, and
Yeah.
there might even be some budget.
And my other rule of thumb is would I spend my own money in this way with anything to do with budget? If this was my house and this was my personal budget, would I spend it in this way? And that can be a question that helps you spend it wisely and not get things off balance.
You treat you want to treat the finances you've been given
Yes.
from your church.
Yes.
With respect, and if you wouldn't spend it, you treat it as if it was your own finances.
Yeah,
That's a good
but
way to
also
do it.
on gifts with birthdays and stuff like that, you could even start a tradition in your team where everyone writes on a card and somebody bakes brownies, and you do it in that way. If you don't have budget and you don't want to spend all your personal money on 1,000 presents, look for ways to do it that's unique to your situation and that your team can own with you.
I do like the idea of it doesn't need to be the most inventive thing in the world. We've locked in one gift for babies. By the way, it is a beautiful gift. It's not a cheap.
It's gorgeous.
It's not something you get from a sideshow. It's a beautiful soft toy that's very, very lush. But again, you're buying in bulk. You're being wise. You're looking across the needs of your whole congregation, and you're seeing what's going to get the best. What's really good. What's going to get the best, not return on investment, but what's a moment that you can take advantage of.
Yeah, totally. And I love it, like Toblerones at Christmas time when Pastor Brian and Bobby make sure that everybody gets a chocolate bar with a card from them on it because they served at Christmas time and stuff like
100%.
that. And last year, because it's just fun. It's just fun little things that we do. Pastor Bobby felt on her heart that every mum who sent their kid off to kindergarten, that's the first year of school for the first time, needed a Toblerone with a card on it. So our kids team got ribbon. We got the card from Bobby. We tied them all up. We got them all out to the mums, and I just love that that's the generous heart of our senior pastors. And the gifts never are extravagantly expensive, but mean so much with how they're presented.
Correct.
So here's a fun little test for you guys.
A
What
test.
are the 5 love languages? You want to
Acts
rattle
of
them off?
service.
Yep.
Physical touch.
Physical touch. Dave, do you have any?
Gifts.
Gifts?
Money.
No.
No.
Help him out.
Words of affirmation.
Yep.
Oh, which one have I missed? Words of affirmation.
It's
Oh, but there's 4 that are promoted
Hospitality.
very strongly.
Yeah, and there's one more.
What is the one more?
We're doing it now.
Quality time.
Podcast.
Yes,
Quality
quality
time.
time.
I thought podcasting was one.
So
of
the
them.
reason I bring that up is if you're thinking about the actual person, maybe a gift's not something that they'd actually receive. Like maybe just going around and spending an afternoon with them.
A cup of tea.
Would speak
Yeah, true.
a lot louder. But
Yeah,
yes, definitely.
Good advice.
Yes, definitely some people love gifts and
Good advice for pastoring team.
Yeah.
Great question. Great heart.
Great question. All right.
Good God.
Thank you for emailing that question to thevault at hillsong.com. Which you should do your questions to thevault at hillsong.com. The Vault,
and
THEVAULT at hillsong.com. Now, question number 2.
Spelt with 2 triangles.
It's called art, Dan. It's called
Hey.
graphic design.
We're giving all our team your book as a gift.
That is a good point.
Ooh,
That's
what
a
a
good
great
gift.
Speaking
gift.
of my books, I hope we don't have a copy here. I had it last time.
Yeah.
We'll put a picture up of it.
If only I knew
If only-
to bring it.
If only you knew to bring it. You can check out a book that is a fantastic gift to give to every new leader in your ministry. It's short, read it in one sitting, but it will inspire them to serve with more passion and for longer. Now, question number 2. Hey, y'all. I guess this is American.
Ooh.
I'm in desperate need of an icebreaker game idea or ideas. Every Sunday morning I host an all-team huddle and we sometimes do a quick game that gets everyone pumped up.
Well, that's fun.
Now, is this with the leaders or maybe it's with the kids? Our goal for Sunday morning huddles are to make it like a pep rally or a prep rally to get everyone awake and excited for the day. What are some fun, quick games that would be great to
I think
play
it means
for
for
this?
the leaders.
I think it's for the leaders.
It's pep.
Oh, there we are. There are no kids involved, just adults.
Oh, we actually did this recently at our
Oh, you
staff
did?
get
What was
together.
the game that you were doing?
We did it at our staff get together because we wanted to practice. Well, my goal was that everyone would practice using their creativity in creating games on the fly. So I got a table full of like props. There were ping pong balls, cups. What else was there? A high bounce ball, which is like a tennis ball.
Yeah, there was wasn't there cutlery,
There was
plastic
spoons.
stuff?
There was straws. There was M&Ms.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so the games that got created out of that were somebody did the move the M&M with the straw from one bowl to the next bowl
Right,
using
right.
suction, and they had a little race. The other one was, bouncing the ping pong ball into the cups, a little bit like beer pong, but so not.
Right.
Faith pong.
Faith pong.
Faith pong.
Yeah, you have faith that will go in. Yeah.
What was the other one? Oh, we did a push-up competition, and all the boys got beaten by a girl. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Kendall, she's really good. She's very fit.
Yeah, well, she's
Do you know what's a great one
professional athlete.
that one of the team, Matt Jones, did?
Oh, yes.
Was it'd be great for a pep rally. Fact check. It's pep, not prep.
Yeah, well, it was written
'Cause-
prep here, and I thought
'cause
it was pep.
Pep means energy and high spirits.
Gotcha.
low
Oh, is that what it
Prep-
means?
Yeah, so it's not a preparation
Pep in
rally.
your-
It's
no,
a
you-
pep.
Oh, pep it up, y'all.
Yeah, like
I'm all pepped up
Pepto-Bismol.
on Mountain Dew.
So
moly.
game he did was you played a game of rock, paper, scissors or scissors,
Yes,
paper, rock.
extreme. That was the
Yes.
best.
So what you do
Sorry,
is
I got
we
that.
would play each other. Ready? So let's do it. Scissors, paper, rock. Okay. Oh, scissors, paper, rock. Okay. So
I
you
win.
beat me.
So you
Now
have to chant my name.
I'm now her cheerleader. So then she goes to
Yes.
find the other one. I'm like, Jess, Jess.
Right.
And then I face
Jess,
you.
Which is pretty hilarious. And I guess
Paper,
Jess,
rock.
Jess, Jess, go Jess, go Jess, go Jess.
I win again. Now you
And
both
I
have to
then
chant
she's
my
like,
name.
Jess, Jess.
Oh, this is the best moment.
She's won. She's actually won the whole game.
So what happens is if you've got a lot of people,
Yes, that
eventually
one
it gets
was
down to
good.
2 people and
Yeah.
half the crowd's chanting one name and half
I'm
the crowd's
really
chanting the other.
surprised we didn't get kicked out of that building for that. Can you imagine like 50 people just chanting my name?
For having too much pep.
Having too much pep.
100%.
We didn't prep them.
That is
about
a
the
good.
pep.
That is a good
You were
idea.
evicted because of
That's a
your
good
pep.
icebreaker. Anything like that. So even, you know what? They wanted an idea. We gave
did it.
them an idea.
Move on.
I want to say this is my favorite kids game though.
Oh, what's that?
My favorite kids game is head catch. Yes, head catch. That's what it's called.
Oh, yeah,
catch.
yep.
So
Oh, but
basically,
you put a helmet on your head with the...
no, you're way off.
No?
You're way off.
That's-
All you need is a soccer ball or a reasonably soft ball that you can head.
Yeah.
And the idea is if Dan's standing over there, you line up a bunch of kids in a row. So here's my line of kids. I'm holding the ball.
You want to try it with...
And I go down the line. Not Terry. Don't wanna hurt
He's
Terry.
up for it.
I can mime it. So I'm holding the ball here. I
Okay.
throw the ball at
Okay.
you, Jess.
Boom.
And I either say head or catch. And you have
Oh.
to head it or catch it.
Oh.
So it's like very fast. You go catch and you've got to do the right one. Or head.
I assume these kids have to be like over 8, right?
Well,
To be
you
resilient
don't.
enough.
I'm not making a kid play. If he wants to play,
They
amazing.
sign a waiver.
They
Yeah.
sign a waiver. Amazing.
kids play soccer very young.
Yeah.
So and then once you've done that for a few times, you find out who the winner is. But there's another way to do
Yeah.
it. You can do reverse head catch, which is you throw it to them. When you say head, they have to catch it. When they say catch, they have to head it. They have to do opposite of what you're saying, which increases the difficulty. All it needs is a ball. All the kids get involved. It's hilarious when they catch it and when they're meant to head it. They all laugh because they love it. And they also, some kids literally do the same thing at the same time, catch it and hit it. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's great.
Ah.
And every now and then you yell out, bicycle kick! No?
Well, please don't break our microphones, Dan.
Okay.
People
Bicycle
love
kick.
Zip Zap Pow, but I just don't understand how to play it. Like it's
Zip
really
Zap
hard.
Pow?
Zip Zap Pow. It's like zip zap, and they just.
I don't know that
They go
game.
around in a circle. I don't know.
I
Google
feel
it, guys.
like
Google
you've
it.
brought
See
up
if
a
you can
game.
interpret it.
You've brought up a game that nobody knows what.
Well,
how to
I
play.
thought other people bring it up.
Having a
I don't get
direction
it.
and you zip.
No, I'm bringing my problem. I don't get it.
Oh, okay.
And this is a family.
You need to email
so you
the
need to
vault
support me.
at hillsong.com
Yeah.
as a question.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
we'll find it
I will
out.
do.
Hang on, you keep going.
Okay,
I'll
let's
find it
fact
out.
check that one. All right, I like that. That's a good game. We've got another question here. Of course, we have lots of questions. This is an interesting question.
What is it?
Someone's asking about their schedule. About to work on their 2020 schedule. Awesome, way ahead.
Wow.
Love it.
Wow.
Awesome.
We have a very, very light attendance during the summer. Now, in America, summer has just happened, right?
It's in July.
In July. So Northern Hemisphere, you guys have just come out of summer. We're about to go into summer. So we allow our regular volunteers a break for those 8 weeks. What does your church do during the summer?
We are the church that never sleeps.
Any suggestions for our 8 weeks? We've got about 45 each week with the kids. Okay, well this brings up a big philosophical question.
Very big.
Because there is a sense that there is a pattern that I think a lot of churches have, which is they take a break over the summer.
Yeah.
And that could be a complete break, or there could be, I actually don't know how a lot of churches do this, but I've heard a lot of churches would take a break in which is maybe there's, I don't know if they're just playing movies or videos or there's food. I don't know how it works, but there's definitely a break, and then there's a launch when the kids go back to school. So at the moment, I'm reading a lot about these new launches, which happen and you start back at school in August, or in Australia in the beginning of February, you start back at school.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, James
then
River
they
Church one looked awesome.
kick off church, and so you kick off church again. I think the big question you want to ask yourself is that what you're trying to do in church, this is my theory, you're trying to create a sustainable model of church. So that means through the busy times and through the calm times, there is a way of doing church that is kind of works in our life, like in the lifestyle. Our lifestyles as leaders, as parents, as kids, as families, all together, you're trying to create something together with your leadership as a way of doing church.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that a church is very much as a family, and not an institution that kind of has holidays and breaks.
Yeah.
As a family, you do life together.
Yeah.
So you want to create a place where you can do life with these families.
Yeah.
And if that means if it means that it's like, oh my gosh, we can't handle this, we need to take a break over summer, that's not really how families work. You don't get to, I don't want to be in this family anymore, I'm out. So I think the big picture is you want to start there. We do, as our churches, we just do church. This is how we do church.
Totally.
We
It
meet
never
together.
changes.
The kids are in our rooms, and that may change at certain seasons.
Like, we'll change a service time maybe. Like New Year's Day, it might be like 10 a.m. instead of a 9 and 11:15 at particular campuses. But yeah, I'm like, why interrupt a good habit for people? Like, social habits are strong, and people, I don't know, I'm getting opinionated now. People make weird decisions like over Christmas time, don't they?
Right.
Do you feel like people make weird decisions?
They take a break. They go, you know what? I can't handle. I need to take a break from church or something.
Yeah, but
that's not what we're trying to build here is this is a part of a life, a life of a family.
Yeah, I just feel like if you break a habit, you open a door.
It's harder to restart that habit. So for us, I know what we do is this is how we do church.
Yeah.
We will always have something as part of what Hillsong Kids does.
Yeah.
And it may look different, but it will always be happening.
Yeah.
For example, that movie thing we've just done on Sunday night, we've said, come back. We're gonna teach from the Bible, from movies, and we're gonna have popcorn. And at the end of the service, we sat down, we just watched movies, and we chilled out with our kids.
Yeah.
It was a thing to look forward to, but we're still doing church together.
Yeah.
So what are the non-negotiables that you must do in church? Start with that. What do you do with your children? Is it important to have preaching every week to your kids? Do you want to worship every week with your kids? I know a lot of churches have kids in with the praise and worship. I love that. I think that's a bit trickier. You might have to negotiate it a little more and really think it through to help keep them focused. But again, for us in the city, we have our kids in praise and worship on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
In with the adults, in with big church.
Yep.
So we do change things up. But yeah, I would really seriously don't treat your church like an institution that has holidays and breaks.
But in saying that, like, we have a culture where we celebrate people going on holidays, though. So we'll be like, you're going on holidays? Like, that's awesome. Like, where are you going?
We want
How
people to
long
take
for?
their holidays.
That's amazing. And we celebrate people's holidays, and then the thought is that if you're overseeing the kids ministry, that one day when you go on holidays, your team will celebrate you and they will step up and support
100%.
you to go
You're
away.
modelling what you
Yeah,
want to
so
happen.
I try not to even text my team if they're away on holidays. I try my hardest to make sure that they've communicated everything that they need done so that then they can switch off and they can have. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be a champion of holidays because I want to see my team serve for the long haul.
Well, that's it. If you're holidaying well, then
Yeah.
you should also be serving well.
Yes, exactly.
Just fact check, vacationing.
Vacation.
So holidays are special things that happen during the
sorry,
year,
America.
like Christmas. Vacations when you take time
Yes.
off.
We love you, America.
I do want to add, and I want you to
Yeah.
jump
Thank
in.
you for fact checking.
I would want you to jump in.
Yeah.
If you're finding there's a time in your ministry where lots of people are going away because that's just the culture, what a fantastic time to have those 8 weeks as a breeding ground for new leaders. Now
Totally.
you did this when you were opening the epicenter. You
Oh,
needed a
yeah.
whole bunch of new leaders, and so you did some
Yeah.
How did you do it? You served for a few weeks and as a
Yeah.
bit of a tester.
Well, okay, so starters, for a long time over Christmas, we've been putting a calendar on the wall of all the gaps. So like leader 1, leader 2, leader 3, leader 4, and then putting names in handwritten so that parents can see the gap. And so parents of kids in the room, if they want to, they can help for those 2 weeks. And then the hope is that maybe their eyes will be opened and they'll go,
Yeah.
if only I knew. Wait, I got that wrong. Did I phrase that right?
No, that's good.
No, that was the right phrasing.
If only you knew it was correct.
If only I knew. And then they'll want to get involved. But so that's been our culture for ages. But coming into February, I think it was, we opened a building named the Epicenter at the Hills campus. And we worked out that even though we'd set amazing goals, we were still 100 volunteers short to make those first few weekends smooth. So we printed out all our roles, called every parent connect group leader that we had relationship with from across the years. We split it amongst the key team to find these parents, find the 100 people that we could ask, and we asked them to do things that weren't daunting to them. We didn't ask them to come and play with kids in the rooms, but we asked them to wear lanyards with program locations and how to check kids in. We taught them all the stuff that was going to take the friction out of those first few weeks of a new building. And so we had those 100 people come and serve, and then we had 50 of them stay on team as
Wow.
welcome team, which is an amazing result. So they just gave us a month, and we didn't ask them for more than that at the beginning, but then they actually put their hand up, and
Yeah.
50 of them stayed.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Short term, yes. You don't when you're getting people to serve, sometimes it's good to have an out for them so they
Yeah.
don't feel like they're signing up for life.
Yes.
But hopefully in Jesus' name, when they start serving, they'll want to serve for
Even
life.
with appointing team leaders, just start talking to them about next year.
Could you oversee the summer? Could you lead the summer?
Yeah,
Could
especially
you lead
there's
this team over summer?
Yeah.
great way to get new leaders in.
Yeah.
Less kids, easier transition.
But totally, yeah. and It's a fun kind of season for us. Like summer is a little more, as you say, it's a bit trickier for us, but we keep going.
Yeah.
We keep doing Hillsong Kids no matter what. Now, it's a little bit related, this question, but it's pretty good related. In fact, it might be my best segue yet. How do you? So this person
calling
here,
out a segue ruins a segue.
Dang.
Okay, here we go. If you were doing the sermon during your worship service with adults, what would the summary of your message be? Now, we are highlighting the kids ministry next week. I'm just a director. I'm not a children's pastor. No, I disagree with that. If you're serving kids, you're pastoring them. I'm trying to tie in scripture and a challenge to congregation to see the importance of what we do. I'm planning to discuss our mission, vision, and impact of our ministry. And then is talking about announcements for more volunteers. So here's the question. Do you really want to, when you have a chance to talk to your adults, all of your church family together, how hard do you need to go? What's the angle? Because again, sometimes you really need to sell the vision strongly because these people don't see what we do.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How would you approach it?
Well, start at the end of it, the asking for more volunteers. We often have people in our team come to us like, could you please announce that we need more volunteers? And I even get other teams at our campus asking if I can announce when I'm emceeing that their team needs more people. But the thing is that we don't want people to have to help or feel like we're desperate. We want people to be leaders in the house of God. We want people to own the ministry. So I'm not sure that announcements for volunteers actually do much other than reinforce that there's a desperate area in church life and then make people less inclined to volunteer. But I think I would say around speaking about children's ministry, make it full of hope. Make it the place to be. Instill hope in the next generation.
Absolutely.
Because people are actually confused about kids and this generation to come. Some people are concerned. Subliminally, the media is feeding them all sorts of silly things about the next generation being hopeless or this, that, and the other. We want to show them that our kids are full of faith and that the future is in good hands.
The future is bright. I like that. What is the goal? That I think you need to go on with the correct goal. If you're going to speak to adults, your goal, you might goal maybe, I just need 10 leaders. Hopefully this 10 people want to say, that's not a good goal because you're going to be disappointed.
You are representing the next generation.
100%.
Well, the generation now, the generation to come.
And so the goal you want is that you want to represent them. In your mind, you say, I really want people to leave. After I've spoken, I want them to have a very clear picture of what we are doing with our children and how valuable they are and what we believe, how much we believe in them. And if that's your goal, then you can achieve that. Yeah. It's within your control rather than volunteering, which is out of your control. And honestly, desperation is a sure sign that people don't want to be involved in what you're doing. Yeah. If you're desperate and haggard, haggard's not the word.
Haggard's a fantastic word.
It is a good word. It's a bit strong. It's a bit strong. If you're tired and harried, is the word. Harassed. If you are just looking like you're not harangued. If you are not thriving as the leader, if you're not thriving,
the person.
Listen. If you're not thriving as the leader yourself, then they're going, well, I don't want to be in that team.
I think it's the perfect opportunity for people to see that you, as a kids leader, pastor, director, whatever you want to call it, you are big picture thinking. You're building the church, big spirited, a generous leader that believes in every team growing. And I feel like those are all things that make people go, oh.
Yeah, tell a story.
Yeah.
Tell the stories. This is the biggest thing. Then we had a staff meeting this week. Cass Langton, our global worship pastor, oversees all of our everything you see coming out of Hillsong Church in terms of worship. Is the genius coming from the genius that is Cass. She talked about story, and it's something that I've struggled with, and I think children's ministries struggle with it because we are out of the sight, out of sight, and out of mind of our congregation sometimes. We see it, we know the stories, we sometimes get to see the blessing, but we are really bad at passing that on. And I sat with another member of our team who's been in our church since 1983, after I was born, before you both were born, she's been a part of our church. And she is just a legend in framing what the church does. And so she was talking about, well, you need to think, what does your children's ministry contribute economically to our and educationally to these children, socially? Like, think from the world looking out into the church. Because we're so used to thinking spiritually. What do we do spiritually? But you've got to think about, here's the deal. You're offering kids an incredibly safe place for an encouraging place, hopefully, for kids to connect with each other and develop socially. And that is a skill that our kids desperately need because isolation is a very big issue in our millennial culture.
Yes.
In our young kids coming up, they're more isolated than ever, which is that's just a fact. How do we change that? Well, in church we can change that by helping them socialize with each other. Yeah. So tell the story not just spiritually of your kids developing, but what you're doing for them emotionally, developmentally, educationally. What was the other one I just said? Socially.
Socially, yeah.
All of those.
So good.
So, little fact check. Volunteerpower.com, which is made by a guy called Thomas W. McKee. 40 years of in volunteer leadership. No, but he writes 7 deadly sins of recruiting volunteers. The first one is expecting announcements to get volunteers. And he wrote here had a short-term project, did announcements, articles, newsletters, got plugs and monthly meetings. No one signed up. So he went to lunch with someone and said, why didn't you volunteer for the project? I could see you'd be great at this. And he said, I'll never forget his response. He said, if you wanted me, why didn't you ask? I'd be happy to work with you on this project, but I would never volunteer.
Yeah.
So his thing with that is we just got to ask the people one on one.
Yeah, even the terminology that we use can affect it. The way volunteer again, there's wording's always tricky because culturally words mean different things, but you're trying to sell. You're not trying to sell a position, a job. You're trying to sell a vision, like the outcome. Sell the outcome to these volunteers. What we believe that we can do with these kids and what we can achieve in their lives.
Yeah, that's good.
Or give them a copy of If Only You Knew.
Get them to read that book. Again, sometimes coming from the person who needs it. Like even if you had your youth pastor and they knew that their kids in their youth ministry would grow spiritually and develop in leadership if they were serving in kids ministry, holy moly.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
totally.
They would be your biggest champion going, I just need kids to get more connected into the life of my church. What can I do? If they served in kids, that'll help it.
I totally sewed that into conversation the other day. It was amazing.
Yeah, we
So
definitely,
good.
and that's the truth. The truth honestly is, and I know in our ministry, so many of our young guns, as we call them, our youth ministry teenagers serving kids, and honestly, for real, like it's the greatest thing. It's maybe the only thing they get to do in church life that's not receiving but serving.
It's great.
Because Friday nights is for them. That we don't really want them serving when they're in youth ministry on our Friday night, but we want them on the weekend because it's their attitude should be everybody in the life of the church should serve somewhere in some form of capacity. It's literally the Christian life.
Yeah.
So let's encourage it.
Very good.
Oh my goodness,
Love
we've
it.
done so well.
We have.
Woo. We've got questions. I've stolen questions. We've answered questions. Terry, are you happy? Terry's happy.
Good.
If you couldn't see that, if you're listening on audio, Terry just he saluted us back.
And as we're going, we're
Yes.
saying goodbye now.
Well, we're about to wrap this thing up.
Well, I thought as we go, we should play a quick game of zip, zap, a
no.
Oh,
bomb.
how does this work
It's
then?
so weird.
So what you
Okay.
do is you pass the zip around the circle by going like this. Zip.
All right, so
and then you
Dan's
pass-
clapping.
Yeah, and then you pass
Okay,
it
yep.
to her. Zip. Then you-
Zip.
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 Zap.
No. Well, yes.
Hey.
So at any time you can say zap, which changes the direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you've got to pass it back
The right way.
this way
Yes.
with the zip. So she zapped you, so you
I have a zip,
zip,
Zip.
zip,
zap.
zip.
Zap.
No, so you're out.
You're out.
Terrible at this.
And anytime you can
Well-
say boing or pow, and you could send it across the room,
Oh,
and then the
Oh,
zip
see,
continues.
It's really hard.
There's the hand one, which we maybe look. There's so much to talk about.
Yes.
We should talk. Maybe we should do like game of the week or something.
Ooh.
Well, anyway, I don't know if
Zip,
that
zap,
idea
bong.
will ever come back, but
Yeah.
thanks for liking, subscribing. If you're
Yes.
if you're listening to this on audio, then make sure you add it into your subscriptions on your podcasting app. If you're listening to this on YouTube, watching on YouTube, then make sure you subscribe to this channel. Check out our other two channels, Funny Men Dan and Hillsong Kids. Please send your questions to thevault@hillsong.com. That is thevault@hillsong.com. We really, really, really desperately need your questions because nobody knows about the show yet. And we need your questions. And
And you have our full attention.
so
Empty inbox, full attention.
it is literally, if you send us an email, we'll be so happy because
it's-
that'll be one.
It's going to be end up.
We'll see you next time on The Vault. It's goodbye from Dan. It's goodbye from Jess. It's goodbye from Dave.
Yeah.